So I've been using these little, they're like 9 grain, um, they're almost like Melba toast, but it's a whole grain, little slice of little bitty toast thing. Anyway, the stats on them are good, but it is a carb. There's no enriched flour. There's no, bleached flour or anything like that. It's all whole grain, but, you know, maybe I need to lay off of those. But I've been eating that with egg salad. Very, very little mayonnaise. Whatever. I think probably the biggest thing that happened last week was that I bought a bag of Bonitos. And I love those. I have had them before surgery while dieting, and they're the closest thing to a Dorito that you can get without eating, the corn and stuff. How good they are for you is debatable. They're kind of high in fat, which whatever. They're high in carbs, but they're also high in fiber and protein. And I think I was maybe not eating enough protein last week because I was eating these Bonitos and thinking that protein was acceptable. And then a couple days ago, I realized that it's not a complete protein, and I'm not supposed to eat, or I'm not supposed to count protein that's not a complete protein, at least at this point. That's what my nutritionist has said, but she kind of left it open as if in the future that will change. I'm not really sure. So, maybe I'm not eating enough protein because I'm counting the wrong stuff. The last few days I haven't been drinking enough water. And when I say not enough water, I'm just like, I might be 10 ounces away from my goal. I might be 2 ounces away from my goal. I just been running out of time. And God, I am so tired of drinking all the time. And I know I got to get over that because that is just part of this for the rest of my life. And really, I mean, everybody should be drinking 64 ounces of fluid a day. It's just so much harder when you can't gulp it down. And I've been drinking it faster just to try to get it over with. I just wish there was a time of day where I wasn't worried about I've got to get protein or I've got to get fluid. I just want to sit there and do nothing sometimes. And another factor is that I have not been sleeping enough at night. I've been staying up too late, getting up too early. That's just my internal clock is just all screwy. It's wanting me to wake up early even if I'm in bed late, and so whatever. I know that sleep can play a role in weight loss, so that's an issue. Okay, so I think my biggest problem right now, and I think last week I was maybe eating too much. I kind of curbed that the last couple of days, but earlier in the week I think I might have been eating a little bit too much, too often, because I'm hungry all the time, and I've talked about this. I upped my omeprazole, so apparently it's not all the fault of the acid. I even called my doctor. I told him, what I was experiencing. I said, can I get on something else in addition to my omeprazole? Can I raise my omeprazole? Can we do anything to stop this hunger? Because that's one of the reasons I got this surgery. I wanted to not have so much hunger, which is something I've always struggled with. I always have felt hungry all the time. And it is not head hunger. Please, if you comment that it's head hunger, I'm going to track you down. I'm going to punch you in the face. Okay? Because I have experienced head hunger. I know what head hunger is, and I know what cravings are. And I can control that for the most part. But I'm talking about real hunger. And I've got it. So what my doctor did say is that after 3 months, I should no longer experience that. He said there's a phenomenon where some people experience hunger after surgery, but it goes away after 3 months. We'll see. To be honest, I don't know how much stock I put in anything my surgeon says. It's just terrible, but I forget what the last thing he told me was that really made me question his, smarts. Oh, well, I mentioned to y'all that he said that you don't have to eat to lose weight. Like, you don't have to eat frequently and, all the stuff we've always been told. Whatever, maybe that's true for some people, but that's not what really makes me think that he's kind of not that great about nutrition and stuff is, he told me that he thinks Michelle Obama has a BMI of 40. And, I think that that's probably a biased opinion for one reason or another that I have no interest in analyzing. But I looked up her height. She's 5'11". In order for her to have a BMI of 40, she'd have to be almost 300 pounds. She is not almost 300 pounds. What an ass. What kind of thing is that to say? I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of an idiot. I think he's like good at surgery. Like he's good at performing the surgery. He's kind of a hot shot in that department. But like the rest of it, I don't know. I don't really trust him. Maybe I'm just crazy. Whatever. That's totally a possibility. Okay, so I was not cleared to work out with any kind of weights, even body resistance weights and stuff, like calisthenics, until today. Of course, I haven't had time today. I'll get into that in a minute. But I decided, like usual, to ignore what they are telling me. And I tried to work out last week, I don't know, maybe 5 days ago or something. And I pulled up a little beginners calisthenics thing on YouTube. And it was fairly easy, but I got knocked out of it after the first, minute and a half because a lot of it was I had to get on my knees, and I'm still really heavy to be on my knees. So that was painful, and I couldn't do it. But what I did do was some of these squats where after you stand straight up, you grab your knee. So I did, 30 seconds of that because it was 30 seconds of each exercise. And let me tell you, I could barely move for days, which is pathetic. I think I probably didn't warm up enough. And, they say, the best cure for that is to just, work out some more. There was no way. I was hurting way too bad to try and work out again like that. So, that was my first attempt. And today was going to be my second attempt. But I was busy all day. So what I decided to do, I have a night class tonight. I went to it. It was midterm, so, I was in and out. I just took my test and left. And when I got home, I made myself a piece of salmon. Took 30 minutes to cook. And so I ate that. And then after, my plan was to get my bike. And I haven't tried to ride my bike yet. But, so I had to get my husband to get out there and, help me. It's buried under all the kids' bikes and his bike in the shed. And he got it out. Of course, the tires were flat, so we're pumping it. And as we're pumping it, it starts raining. So, I decided to do a video instead. I don't know. What my plan is to warm up on my bicycle, get a little bit of cardio, get my muscles nice and warm, and then to do a few exercises like squats. I have some weights. They're only 3-pound weights. My sister gave them to me. I don't really see why she would only have a 3-pound weight. But even though I'm really out of shape, I have always had pretty good muscle tone. So I know I'm going to need more than a 3-pound weight, possibly a 7. Because, you don't want it to be crazy heavy. You just want it to be, heavy enough to, and I'm just planning on incorporating it into my calisthenics and stuff. So it's not supposed to be training to, you know, lift serious weight or anything. Anyway, I'm rambling. So that's what I plan on doing. And I think that the only way that I'll be able to really start working out on a regular basis is if I put it into my schedule. And so far, I have not figured out a good time to do it, which has always been my issue. But I'm really going to sit down tonight and try to figure out like what days I can work. If anybody has any tips on working out, especially like body weight resistance workouts that you know, it maybe are better for people who are heavy, because I'm at a loss. I mean, all these beginner videos I'm looking at are crazy. Like, I can't do pull-ups, you know, I can't even plank, you know. I can do the cheat thing, but oh my God, that shit is intense. I really thought it looked so easy. I'm still very heavy, so I mean, my body weight resistance is a lot. Anyway, I need tips on that if anybody has it. And I don't want any tips on cardio. I asked everybody on Facebook about, you know, helping me if they have any tips for beginners weight training and stuff, and they're all like, oh, do cardio. And I'm like, I didn't ask about cardio. I know how to do cardio, okay? I know that's important too, but honestly, I think the weight training is a little more important. And I know how to do cardio. I'm not asking that. Am I an asshole? I feel like sometimes I come off as an asshole. I'm just, you know, it gets annoying when you go to these people on Facebook and you say something. And one person said to me that I need to stop feeling sorry for myself, because I said that I'm really out of shape and I need help, like starting an exercise routine. I need some tips because I've been sitting on my ass for the most part for the last few months and years. That's not me feeling sorry for myself. That's me stating a fucking fact. Whatever. I am certainly not feeling sorry for myself. If you watch my videos, you know that I'm really happy with where I'm at. And, you know, I didn't have a loss this week. Am I feeling sorry for myself? No, I'm not. So another little thing that's been happening, and this has been happening since kind of early on, is I am so smushy and jiggly. I might have mentioned that in another video, but it got to the point where yesterday my husband told me I feel like a different human being. You know, just the way I feel. My skin is softer. I'm just like smushier. He said softer, but I think he meant soft and smushy, whatever. But it's made this like so I had the apron stomach. I've had that ever since I was pregnant with my son. And now the shape of it is weird. It's still there, and it's, I don't know. I just hate the way the front of me looks. I'm really happy with my butt right now. It's big. I've always had big booty. And I don't have a problem with that. You know, my husband don't have a problem with that either. I'm from the South. Girls around here got big booties. Now my chest measures a smaller band size, but the cup size is not any smaller. Although, and I know the cup sizes vary when you change band sizes, but like my bras feel really big. I'm still wearing them. I usually wear them with a sports bra on top to kind of keep it all together. But I just ordered some bras. I went into Lane Bryant and I tried on a bunch of bras, and none of them worked right because I was trying on like plunge bras, which is what I always wear. And I have a feeling that the only difference in my chest is not necessarily size, but its shape. Just like everything else is getting smushy, they're not as like round and full, even though they're still big. It's really weird. I don't understand it at all. The girl at Lane Bryant was like, well, you probably can't wear the plunge anymore. You're going to have to wear, you know, some other kind of full coverage bra, which I don't like that. Like, I have a lot of shirts that are kind of low that, you know, you need a plunge bra to hide your bra. And I have a big chest, but you know, and I don't, since my chest is so big, I try not to flaunt too much cleavage, but I like some cleavage. And you know, it's not as good as in a full coverage bra. Whatever. So at my high weight, I was looking at some pictures to do one of those face-off things, and let me turn my windshield wipers off. So I was doing that, and I noticed that my face from last May compared to now is a huge difference. And I started thinking about it, and for many months when I was at my high weight, no matter if I put makeup on, if I fixed my hair, I never felt like I looked pretty, ever. And that's changed. So that's a really great NSV that I'm experiencing, is that now, sometimes even without makeup, I don't feel like a bulldog. I'm feeling cute again. So that's really good. And I think that is contributing also to this trend that I've been experiencing of feeling younger. You know, I talked about my jeans making me feel younger. Well, just, I have the face that I had 10 years ago right now. Maybe like 8 years ago. And actually my complexion is better. And I guess that just, it makes me feel younger. That's really all I have. I can't believe how long this video is. This was like my short video of the week. Like, I only have one little page of crap. I think I've been rambling. I'm so sorry. Alright. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.